Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Iowa Sucks 100. We're at Iowa Speedway for the second race of the playoffs in the Launcher's Brake Pedal ARCA Series. I am your host for tonight, Eddie Smith, broadcasting on Rebel Racing Network. So glad to have everybody that's watching, anybody that goes back and watch it, and anybody who sees us in the future. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good night and ready for what I think will be a great race at Iowa Speedway. A little bit less than a mile long, but really fast. Uh, big D-shaped oval, and boy, it's going to be a blast. I think. Not a big fan of Iowa myself, so I'm glad I'm watching it, not driving it. But we are in the playoffs tonight. We got round two as we are headed towards the end of this series, which has been a fantastic season that has seen um, a lot of great racing, and this series never really disappoints. As you'll see tonight, we got 28 drivers in the field as we're about 3 minutes into qualifying, but a lot of drivers here tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. So go ahead and strap in. It's going to be a really fun race. Just checking the points real quick as we are waiting for qualifying to be over. So we are in the round of 16. Bristol last week, of course, we know Jesse Negula able to win that race. So that locks himself, if not for a win, definitely will point his way in most likely as he's in the race tonight. But I'm pretty sure the win will advance you to the next round. So this is a cutoff race, and the way that it looks right now, Jesse Nekula on top, Jonathan Cofield in second, Garrett Kinder third, Charles Stevens fourth, Eric Burkhalter fifth, Brandon Pollock sixth, seventh, Josh Oswald. Wish I had it up on the screen. Sorry, guys. Tied for seventh also is Tyler Rice, ninth, Brandon Wallace, Mickey Isaac 10th, Stephen Gibson 11th, William Griffith 12th. Tied for 12th, as well as Stephen Macdonald. Charlie Gates 14th. Adam Lang, disappointing start to the playoffs, finds himself in probably a must-win situation here as we're going to drop down to 12 drivers. Not necessarily. There's a bunch of drivers in this field. He's really only 3 points back from the cutoff, so not really in a must-win, but it sure would help and make it a whole lot easier. And Chuck Phelps, it's in 16th. A lot of winners. Not that many multiple-time winners. Andy Kurt's the only multiple-time winner this season. Everybody else has won just one time. Of course, Andy Kurt's not racing for the championship. But qualifying is finished. So let's go ahead and bring up the grid. And let's get it going as we get through this 30-car field. Let's see if we can get to the grid itself as they start to get out on the track. Get the drone cam out tonight. That's what I'm talking about. So get your vomit bags ready. But let's go ahead and get through the grid. Jonathan Cofield on pole. So he is a Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner. So congratulations to him for winning that award. He is sitting second in points, trying to make a strong statement tonight and come away with the victory. So congratulations to him. In second, Charles Stevens Jr. with a great qualifying run. Josh Smith starting third. Starting fourth, Alan Warnecki. Starting fifth, Mickey Isaac. Starting sixth, Jesse Nekula, last week's winner. Starting seventh, Brandon Pollock. Starting eighth, Jason Lottridge. Starting ninth, Phil Hitman Monzo. Starting 10th, Josh Oswald. Starting 11th, Dave Jones. Starting 12th, Logan Sturgeon. Starting 13th, Tyler Rice. Starting 14th, Colton Lanford. 15th, Chuck Pegleg Phelps. 16th, William Griffith. 17th, Jason Warren. 18th, Garrett Kinder. 19th, Adam Lang. 20th, Stephen Macdonald. 21st, Stephen Gibson. Josh Lukovitz, 22nd. 23rd, Brandon Wallace. 24th, Eric Burkhalter. 25th, Ray Page. 26th, Matt Clemon. 27th, Mike Aribe. And 28th, Gene Watkinson. We'll see if the ticker was working. It wasn't working a minute ago. It is. All right. We'll go ahead and get that tower off the screen. Don't have the green names here, but I'll let you know who's in the playoffs if I can remember myself as we're getting ready to get this thing rolling underway as the cars pull off the grid now. Kevin Kinder says he's checking in, go 13, so excited to have you in chat as we're going to get everybody lined up and go green here. So well, all right, for the Iowa Sucks 100 playoff race number 2, we're going to come down and take one to go. We'll talk about a little bit of something that is a minor thing, something fun that we're doing in the league. There's a battle here between 2 drivers in the series. As you got tail of the tape here, Logan Sturgeon, Jason Lottridge, going to battle it out for 10 races. The top finisher, whoever gets to 10 first, is going to win the pot, I guess. But you see there, league wins. Logan Sturgeon leads the way with 8. Jason Lottridge drinks green smoothies. Jason Lottridge can drive a 5-speed. Logan Sturgeon got spun by a 12-year-old. Jason Lottridge 20-5 against Jason Warren. And you see the last 2 right there. We'll let you read those. But pretty cool little thing. Going to be excited to see that play out. That's going to play out over multiple series. Just a little fun thing that guys are doing. But we'll keep an eye on that if I remember it. But we're playoff racing. That's going to be the focus tonight as we see who's going to make it into the playoffs. And we're coming down to the green flag. Sun's going down here in Iowa. And Jonathan Cofield takes off. Green flag is out. Able to clear Charles Stevens with pretty much ease. So what are these guys going to be doing? Oh, he's got a couple guys going around. Dave Jones going around. Dave Jones sitting sideways already. Colton Lanford involved in that as well. As we go back and check that out in the pace car, about almost hit Dave Jones. Let's go see the Kinder Farm and Ranch rewind. See what happened. Phil Hitman Monzo kind of taking it easy there on the start. Gets a little out of shape. Dave Jones trying to avoid him. Gets into Colton Lanford and takes him out. And I believe Tyler Rice was also involved in that as he kind of gets knocked around like a pinball. So we barely even got half a lap. Hopefully that little bug where iRace's timing and scoring gets messed up doesn't happen here tonight. Normally, if the whole field doesn't really get through. But I think most of the field got through 1 and 2. But yeah, what guys are going to be dealing with is there's a couple bumps in the first turn that you got to really pay attention to. A lot of times you try to arc it from the top down to the bottom to try to get around that. If you enter in too low, it'll bump up off the bottom, and you'll lose a lot of mid-corner speed. And if you try to enter in too high, it'll also happen, and you might end up in the wall. So it is it's a finicky track, so you have to stay on top of that. Well, I was told that there was some wreck avoidance for Garrett Kinder, so let's go check that out. You see Dave Jones in that White Castle car right in front of him on the bottom. And you see the wreck happening right in front of him, and woo, barely makes it. Then they're going to come back across the track, able to skirt through there, and that's a damn great job right there of the number 13, Garrett Kinder, to make it through that. You know, if he wasn't awake, about to fall asleep, he's awake now. I can guarantee that. Maybe bad for the field. But really good job by him to miss that. Well, this series, like I said, has just been the best. I enjoy calling this series a little late at night, but we have the Xfinity series right before it, and it's sort of a late night series, which helps make it popular. But it's not just the time zone; it's just the quality of racing, but also um, this car is just you don't really get to race it all that much, and it's a fun car. It really drives in a certain way that just is a blast to drive. Usually the setups are the car will drive. It'll get a little bit loose. You're able to put a lot of little throttle into it. As you see the front end of those cars, I got in trouble for saying splitter. The front valence on those cars, you see them up in the air, and that really makes these cars really racy, and they're just a blast. You got to save the tire. The fixed setup's usually a little bit tighter than you'd probably like, but most guys enjoy that type of racing where you have to manage your stuff. You can't go out all the time. So, Jonathan Cofield, Josh Smith, your top two, excuse me, as we are doubled up, ready to go green. And like I said, best parity in Original Rebels to not have but one repeat winner all season long, and he only had 3 wins. So, all right, gonna try this start again, as we already saw our first accident of the night on lap 1, turn 1. Let's see if we can get this thing going and get a couple laps in. This time, Jonathan Cofield able to get much better start as he controls the restart. Good little battle back here for second. Charles Stevens trying to get that back. Charles is going to push up just a little bit, trying to race hard. Those two up front really driving the wheels off the car already. And you can see Josh Smith able to make that top side work. It does work here at Iowa. You can really get a good run off the corner. Just got to be careful that you don't get into the wall, and you don't really want to burn your tires up. So most of your driving, especially as the tires start to wear out, is going to be towards the bottom at least. Jonathan Cofield, last few weeks, man, has really started to separate himself as playoff time. Last week and got in a little bit of trouble, and then the week before just dominated. So Jonathan Cofield really coming here to race, coming prepared, and it shows every week as he is starting on the front row and able to drive away from the field. See him running that little higher line there in 3 and 4. Go back through the field. We got a battle here between Jason Lottridge and William Griffith. Griffith started in 16th and finds his way all the way up to 8th. So he was able to make up quite a bit of time. Looks like he's using the outside to do it. Of course, William Griffith is a playoff driver. You see almost 3 wide here. Garrett Kendrick going to the inside of both Logan Sturgeon and Brandon Pollock, able to take both of those spots. So Garrett Kendrick up 8 spots as well. Man, I love the racing here. It gets me all hyped up. I could use a little bit of Mountain Dew right here. We had the Xfinity Talladega race before this, and nothing puts me to sleep quite like a super speedway race. Watch Garrett Kinder look to the inside of Jason Lottridge in that Danica car. Just that whole car is just cursed. It's got Danica and it's a Dodge. It doesn't get much worse than that. And it's green. There's so many bad omens there. Yeah, I might need it. Garrett Kinder on the way towards the front, and we've got a really nice little group here from second on back as Josh Smith's starting to pull away a little bit from Charles Stevens, but Mickey Isaac, Jesse Nekula, Alan Wernicke, William Griffith all right here. Josh Oswald's making his way up into the picture. Go check on some other playoff drivers. Got Eric Burkhalter running in 16th. He started in the mid-20s and has made up 8 spots to 16th. And you see him working that top side just like William Griffith was. So as we get down to crunch time here at the end of this race, only 100 laps. It's not that many. So you really got to get what you can get. A good qualifying effort is pretty important. I mean, we've seen people be able to drive up through the field. These tires are going to wear out. And so some of these guys not having great qualifying efforts. So you're just not going to have that much time, especially if we go green the rest of the way. That can make it very, very difficult. Get a couple cautions that can kind of equalize it. But here you go. Here's your battle. Jason Warren behind it, trying to get around both these. They're kind of running side by side. The scorecard so far is Jason Lottridge 1, Logan Stowe and Brandon Pollock and Jason Warren get together. Jason Warren goes down to the inside, comes back up on the track. Everybody able to avoid him so far, but no caution as not really sure what happened there. We go back a lap and try to see. I guess he didn't know that Brandon Pollock was there, and it's just sort of a close deal there. And both the drivers in trouble. Jason Warren obviously with the worst end of it. But Brandon Pollock still able to keep going. But Jason Warren going to have to go down pit road and get a fast repair. Not really sure if he's doing that or not, but maybe he had to tow. Couldn't get it back to pit road. Anyway, back to the action. We stay green, no caution. But go back to this battle. Logan Surgeon able to get around him, so trying to even the score tonight. We'll bring this up one more time. That way, if you missed it, you can see what's going on. I said it was a first of 10, but it's 10 races, and whoever has the most wins will win. People are putting in a pot, putting money down on who they think is going to finish ahead of each other the most, and so a little fun little deal to keep the racing and Discord a little spicy. Right now, Logan Surgeon though leading Jason Lottridge. And I tell you what, Eric Burkhalter still on the move. He has moved up faster than anybody. Started 24th. Trying to crack the top 10. I sure am hungry, so something out of a crock pot sounds pretty good. A good roast. Man, that does sound good. Good roast, some potatoes, a little bit of cornbread. Speaking of cornbread, Chuck Pegleg Phelps dropping back a little bit. He won at Talladega tonight in the Xfinity Series with a great last lap move, but he is under fire here from Stephen Macdonald and Stephen Gibson. Stephen Gibson actually lapped down, so I don't know if he got involved in something or what happened. But Stephen Gibson in that 53 car, not on lead lap. Chuck going the wrong way just a little bit. I'm sure he'll get it figured out. Let's go up front. Charles Stevens, Josh Smith, side by side. Josh Smith had pulled away a little bit. Maybe those tires started to give away. Oh, they got real close there as they were both fighting for real estate. That pushed Josh Smith back into the clutches of Alan Wernicke and Jesse Nekula. You see how much momentum he lost, and that's going to pull the rest of this crew in. So we've got a nice little battle here. As we go on board with Alan Wernicke here. Able to get back on the throttle. Josh Smith working on the high side, but just not able to get on the throttle enough. And that should give Alan what he needs. Well, maybe. Josh Smith coming back. Roll bar cam? Nope. Now roof cam. All in one, couple button presses. All right, there we go. Good battle here between these two drivers. They're trying to make it making a four-way battle here for second place. But don't look now, Jesse Nekula is working on the back end. He won last week, able to take home the win at Bristol. Move on to the next round, but he's hungry, looking for more. We'll talk about Jonathan Cofield every once in a while, but man, I tell you what, this dude has come to battle. He's not playing around. He is taking this very seriously, and it's shown because he has been the car to beat almost every week in the last 3-4 weeks. Been strong all season long, which is why he's at the top of the point standings. But the last few weeks have just been on another level. He found another gear for sure. He is now 4 seconds ahead of Charles Stevens Jr., who's running in second. Just see how far back they are. This is battle for second, still heating up. Al Wernicke, mainstay in this series. After you win a championship in this series, you have to pick 6 races during the season that you can run. So nobody's able to dominate. You're not going to win 2 championships in a row. It keeps the series fun. It keeps it the parity level way up. So once you win a championship, you can run 6 races and that's it. So Alan Wernicke, a champion here, choosing to run Iowa tonight. Glad to have Mike Uribe here tonight. This little group is coming up on him as he kind of stays low. Good looking 77 machine. So he stays low and let those guys go. Check in on Garrett Kinder, who is still making his way towards the front. Of course, these guys battling side by side, but I would imagine tire fall off is really, really strong. As Mike Uribe goes up into thought almost went into the wall, but able to hang on to it. Man, this is great racing. These side by side, 2 rows deep, and Garrett Kinder just kind of figuring out which lane he wants to be in. Man, these guys battling hard. Charles Stevens just not wanting to give up that top side and give up that second place position. Of course, Charles Stevens 4th in points. He is fighting to keep that track position, keep those points up. As Nekula going to slide up in front of him, do a little dirty slide job there in the middle of the corner, and that's going to make Oh, we're going to be 3 wide here. Is Garrett Kender going to go down the inside? Josh Smith and Charles Stevens. 3 wide through turns 1 and 2. Oh, my goodness, and they're still 3 wide. We're going to make it 2. Oh, and Charles Stevens backs on out of it, said, I've had enough of that. As, man, that was incredible. Almost a full lap of 3 wide there as Josh Smith, Garrett Kender, Charles Stevens battling out, trying to get this, try to deal with these tires. We're 40 laps in. These tires are really, really hot. They're real slick. They're losing a lot of the grip that they had early on. So, these guys are really going to be struggling here soon. I would imagine I would start to see pit stops pretty soon. I would imagine they are in the pit window as we speak. So most of the time we split it in half, especially if it looks like it's going to go green. So I would imagine to see a lot of guys come around lap 50. Now, if you're Jonathan Cofield, you'll stretch it as far as you feel like you need to. Once guys start going down pit road, then you hit pit road. But these guys, you know, if you're Charles Stevens or Garrett Kender, you might come in a lap or 2 early and try to do the undercut and come out running really, really fast lap times for a whole lap and get that advantage and come out ahead. It's a lot easier to pass on pit road than it is on the track sometimes. Al Renecki looking to the inside of Jesse Necula for that second position. A little two-tone Valvoline Menard scheme. I like that. You know what? Because I'm bad about forgetting, I'm going to go ahead and give that the Smil Race Designs paint of the race. Every time I see it, I can't help but look at it. And that goes to Alan Renecki in that 72 machine. So congratulations to him. Really nice paint scheme. I like that. And he takes the best paint of the night into second place. Josh Oswald moving himself, started in 10th place, finds himself fighting for the 7th place position, so slowly but surely making his way through these cars, battling out for Mickey Isaac. Mickey tries to maybe do a crossover there, not quite able to make it. Mickey seems to be falling back just a little bit as those tires get a little out of shape. I would imagine if I'm going backwards and cars are passing me, I'm trying to get down pit road as soon as possible. If I'm passing cars, I want to stay on the track. But let's go on board with Eric Burkhalter. Watch him go down into turn 1. Watch for those bumps. Watch as the cars. He's going to drive right over them. But there's a bump there right at the bottom, and you see his hands kind of bouncing a little bit. As man, it is very, very bumpy. The front end can almost hit the ground and kind of push up in the middle of the corners. He's going to go 3 wide here. Griff, Mickey Isaac, and Eric Burkhalter and Josh Lokovitz making his way into this little battle too. So 3 wide here as these guys are really, really racing. And Adam Blank starting to make his way into the picture as well. Eric Burkhalter coming out pretty low. Going to lose a little bit of momentum, fall back into Josh Lokovitz's hand. Drives hard into 3 and 4 though. And lights are coming on the track. The sun has gone down. We're getting ready to do a little bit of night racing. You're going to see the werewolves start to come out. Vampires. As, man, impressive move there for Eric Burkhalter. He was falling back a little bit, but, man, he was able to get by both of these guys. If he can clear Mickey Isaac, he going to slide up in front of him maybe, and oh, boy. Able to do it, though. So, man, Eric Burkhalter, a man on the mission tonight. But we got pit stops happening. We got Garrett Kinder already down pit road, so he coming in to try to do a little bit of short pit here, but that's going to bring everybody in. The leader as well, Jonathan Cofield coming in, Jesse Necula, Charles Stevens. As you see, pit road getting very, very busy with a lot of drivers. Garrett Kinder on his way out. Everybody else coming down pit road. Pretty much all the leaders, Alan Wernicke, Eric Burkhalter, William Griffith, Josh Lokovic stayed out. And then a few more drivers, but here comes Eric Burkhalter down pit road. And that gives the lead over to Alan Wernicke. And we'll see how all this plays out once the pit road cycles through. Looks like Jonathan Cofield will have that lead, but Garrett Kinder with that one extra lap was able to cut into it for a little bit. Not that far behind. I expect to see these drivers come down pit road pretty soon. If you wait too long, you're going to end up losing a lot of ground and having to make up a lot of space on the track. Battle here for second. Guys who haven't pitted yet. William Griffith, Josh Lokovic. And starting to see the tires start to come up through the field as these guys are trying to battle for position. But you're going to have brand new tires behind them, and they're going to be extremely fast. These drivers run in the mid-25s, and last time by, Jonathan Cofield ran a 23.9. So a second and a half plus difference on new tires. You see Cofield in that 153 purple and white car right behind Steve Macdonald. And that's holding up the 153 a little bit as Garrett Kinder not that far behind, 2.5 seconds. A little bit less than 2.5 seconds behind Cofield as he's trying to run him down. It's actually a pretty good amount of time he made up. I mean, Cofield was out quite a bit. And so Kinder, with that short pit, able to make up a little bit of time. And, oh, Michael Uribe is sitting sideways on the track, backs it out of the racing groove. We stay green. Iowa, another one always going to pull out on the track right in front of Dave Jones. Iowa, one of those tracks that is pretty notorious for not bringing out cautions. So I guess the detection zone is a little bit lax here. But Al Wernicke's still out on the track. He will lose a lot of time. You know, once he comes down pit road, he will have the freshest tires on the track. So he will be a good bit faster, but he'll have to pass them all on the track. So he's really just hoping for a caution. Caution comes out. He really needed a caution to come out whenever Mike Uribe spun there on the backstretch, but not able to get it. William Griffith coming down pit road, Mr. Plow. Coming to get his 4 tires. So that leaves 6 drivers who have yet to pit. Al Wernicke, Josh Lokovic, Brandon Wallace, Chuck Phelps, and Monto. Jason Lottridge. Oh, Jason Lottridge was going to try to come down pit road. We'll go back and check that real quick. Looks like he was trying to get down on pit road, but come in a little bit too hot maybe. Trying to get woed down and was going to miss. Knew he was going to be speeding. Locks up the front tires, and he's going to miss pit road. That's going to cost him a lot of time. That is not good. So probably going to try again this time by. And he does a little bit better arc. Get down to that pit road speed. And so he comes down without any issue that time. Well, like I said, the top 5 have yet to come in and make their pit stop. Really hoping for a caution. Jonathan Cofield trying to go up here and just unlap himself. Alan Renecki coming down pit road, and Alan Renecki spins coming down into pit road. That will not bring out a caution, but that is bad for him as he has stayed out for so long, lost all that time, and then does a 360 in his entry down pit road. That's going to really, really hurt his chances. He's got a lot of ground to make up now. He was able to get it back going. Not going to lose a ton of time, but it's going to be enough. So, very scary. Luckily, he didn't hit anything. Was able to get it back going, get back to pit road. But he's going to be boogieing now. So that turns over the lead, Josh Lokovitz. Josh Lokovitz, not a playoff driver. So definitely not doing it for points, but just hoping that the caution would come out. It'd be very advantageous. Of course, at this point, I don't know how advantageous it is because a lot of guys are getting their laps back right here. There's 10 cars on the lead lap, and Eric Burkhalter is going to be passing it pretty soon. So I think if you're Josh Lokovitz, you're going to try to figure out a way to get down pit road as soon as possible because your advantage is really kind of wore off. Checking on Jonathan Cofield. Once the top 3 pit, he will cycle around to be the leader. Has actually pulled a little bit of gap here. 5 seconds on Garrett Kinder. It was about 2.5 seconds before. But Garrett Kinder dropping back a little bit. Garrett's going to need a little bit of help. It looks like if he's going to get up to the 153. It looks like the whole field needs a little bit of help. I can tell you that. The battle for what will be third. My saying is, especially on a broadcasted race, you ain't always got to win, but just get you an interview. Whenever you're racing for points, racing for a championship, it gets you an interview every week. And that's finishing first, second, or third. That's a good day, and that's going to get you down to the Final Four almost 100% of the time. So these 2 drivers right here trying to do just that. Josh Lokovitz finally gives up the lead, comes down pit road to get his 4 tires. He's going to have to boogie as he's only got 30 laps to go in this race, so he's going to have to make up a lot of time with those fresh tires and find his way through the field. Brandon Wallace probably going to be pitting pretty soon as, man, you can tell he is struggling here as he is coming down pit road. Jonathan Cofield that's 4th position. Man, had to take evasive action to miss him as Brandon Wallace and Phil Monzo come down pit road. And so now we have fully cycled around, and Jonathan Cofield will reassume the lead. Garrett Kinder in 2nd place with a good strategy call to come down and get those 4 fresh tires a little bit early, able to leapfrog a couple drivers and finds himself in 2nd. But a lot of work to do, though, if he's going to get to Jonathan Cofield. We'll kind of look at this right here. And you see the lap time differentials over the last 5 laps. Pretty close the first couple laps, the same, about a 10th difference. And this time by, you see on lap 70, there was a 7/10 advantage to Kinder probably because Jonathan Cofield having to take evasive action with Brandon Wallace. So looks like he's able to get that car. Oh, and he gets a little bit loose. Got Jason Lottridge all over the back end. Jason pitted a little bit later, so has a little bit fresher tires than Cofield. Oh, Lottridge gets a little bit tight off that corner. Kinder fighting with lap traffic, most likely. Pretty, about a second and a half he lost there to Cofield. Kevin Kidder says, "Dadgummit, Eddie, had to get me a snack." Talking about roast taters, cornbread. Hey, look, I did not eat dinner, and that was a mistake. That was a mistake. But, man, I'll tell you what, if there was a driver of the race so far, I'd have to give it to Eric Burkhalter. Man, he has really shown a lot of strength here tonight. "16 spots from where he started. Started 24th to running inside the top 10. Got quite a few drivers in front of him. He could get those spots. He's kind of fighting, dealing with guys on fresh tires, trying to help facilitate them to get on around. Let's Phil Hitman Monzo at gold AC Delco car is positioned right in front of him. Check in on Adam Lang. Adam Lang didn't have a great race last week. Finds himself in the hole. Pretty strong driver all season long. Really strong in the Outlaw Series. Sometimes finds himself in some issues. Finds himself in some trouble. And he is on the outside looking in. They're right on the edge. Coming into the race, he was sitting 15th out of 16th, and this is the cutoff race. So he has to finish higher than William Griffith. He has to finish higher than Charlie Gates, which I don't think Charlie Gates is in the race tonight. He is, man, I apologize. I'm looking down the list. I don't see him. So he doesn't have to worry about him. Stephen Macdonald is currently running in 16th. So he's having a good night so far, able to most likely leapfrog those drivers. So doing what he's got to do to get into that top 12 as we get ready to cut 4 drivers loose tonight. Wish we had up-to-date live championship standings, but fortunately iRacing doesn't do that, so can't really see that as the race goes on. Maybe in the future we'll have something like that. That'd be neat. But have to do a little bit of quick math and some guessing. Now we saw Alan Renecki. He was running second, and we saw him stay out quite a bit, a little bit longer than most guys, and then come down pit road, do a 360 in the entry of pit road, but able to recover so far as he's working on the inside of Charles Stevens Jr., and that's for 4th place. So not Smil Racing Design paint of the race. Not letting that get him down as he is able to get around Charles Stevens, and about 2 seconds of, oh my Lord. About 2 seconds back to Jesse Necula. So he is definitely fast enough. He's probably about 8 lap newer tires than what Jesse Necula has, and he is definitely putting them to use. Getting kind of spread out here. Bring up the track map and you kind of see that cars all over the place, but a really clean race. Always really, it seems like Iowa just does that, especially when we have so much room to race each other. Guys are racing hard, but both lanes really work well. So able to keep this thing clean as we only have 15 laps to go. So these laps are clicking off quick. Now, just keeping you up with the battle for the lead. It is about a 5-second gap, 5.5-second gap, and Cofield just a little bit faster every lap. So Garrett not quite able to make that time up. He definitely doesn't have enough time to do it, but a caution could change everything. And man, I usually, if I'm in Cofield's position at any point, I'm always like, all right, but don't get too excited because, uh-oh. Not sure what happened to Cofield there. Let's go back and see as he lost a bunch of time all of a sudden. As he's on the inside of Jason Lottridge. Jason comes down off the corner a little bit, and they touch. And my goodness, that was a close call there for Jason Lottridge and Jonathan Cofield. Cofield loses about a second in that exchange. Probably not happy about that. But, oh my goodness, Alan Renecki going 3 wide here. Colton Lamford, sort of the guy in the middle here. But Alan trying, has caught up to Jesse Necula. And I hate to say it, but Jesse, last week's winner, going to struggle here as new tires, especially at this track and this car, are going to make a huge difference. But it's just a matter of time before Alan's going to be able to make this pass. Running right around on the bottom. Not quite able to make that pass 3 and 4. The top side is really strong as you get such a good run. And at Iowa on the bottom, you really need to use the whole track. You need to be able to go out to the wall off the corner. And when you have to hold it down like that, you lose all your momentum on the top side, able to keep that speed up. So he's definitely going to struggle a little bit trying to make this pass here. As you just see how much Jesse's able to make up there. Goes down to 1 and 2, able to clear him that time. So a very clean pass from Alan Wernicke, move him up into the 3rd position. Let's go check in on Tyler Rice and Brandon Wallace battling for position. This for 16th and 17th as Brandon Wallace on those 20-lap fresher tires than Tyler Rice after staying out. I got a lot of work to do, got a lot of cars to pass, but he's definitely got fresher tires than most of these guys. But 9 laps to go. Will there be a late race caution? We've already seen a couple close calls. Jonathan Cofield does not want to see that. Garrett Kinder would love to see that. And I know there'd be a couple people in chat that love to see it too. But so far, it's just been that type of race where it's been extremely clean. Guys have been really driving smart. As you get down to the playoffs, guys start to take less chances, give each other a little bit more room. It looks like Eric Burkhalter working on the inside of the 17. We'll kind of watch this battle as Adam Lang was able to get by them. And he moves himself up in 6th place. Like I said, he's doing what he needs to do. A win would be great. That would get him in, but he is definitely in by points as it sits right now. I am pretty sure, unofficially. But 6 laps to go for Jonathan Cofield. He's got a huge lead. Jonathan Cofield, this is for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Cofield is about 17 seconds ahead of these drivers. Laps to go. You see Adam Lane get really out of shape there, off of 2. He obviously does not want to lose either. Oh, Josh Oswald gets into the wall. That's going to open the door there for Eric Burkhalter. Yeah, no voodoo tonight. I don't know, the way these guys are racing, they may make it happen. Oh, Eric gets really tight there in the middle of that corner, slides up a little bit, able to get on the brake, get that thing woed down. But 3 laps to go. Jonathan Cofield got a lot of traffic out in front of him. That's got to be scary. He's got a 4.8 second gap. He doesn't need to push this issue with only 2 laps to go. And my goodness, they are getting with it. And I can imagine he's going to be just kind of letting off the gas. That's exactly what he's doing. He's just like, hey, I'll just back off and let you guys settle this. He would love to get around him, but he's got such a buffer. He's earned the ability to kind of take it easy here. As it comes to the white flag, and our leader in a mess as Colton Lanford drives it down into the corner, going to get up into the wall for sure, driving it hard into the corner. Cofield, though, on the outside, going to just tiptoe around here, kind of come off a 3-4, going to win the Iowa Sucks 100. Oh, no. And Michael Rebe goes, oh, my goodness, right in front of the leader. But able to get through it. Going to win. Garrett Kinder going to come home in second. And Alan Wernicke able to kind of rebound after wrecking, going into the pits, and come home with a 3rd place finish. That was a very scary moment for Cofield, but he was able to bring it home and get the victory. So congratulations to him. Just a dominating performance. Led most every lap other than those few in the middle during green flag pit stops. So that is your winner. And he burns them down on the front stretch, and we're going to get right into awards. Our Ray Cobb Hard Charger Award winner, Eric Burkhalter. Talk about cornbread, black-eyed Pete eating type of folks. That's him right there. And, man, what a great finish by him. 17th spot from where he started. Beat Garrett Kinder out by 1 spot. So that's your hard charger of the night. Good grief. That was a hit right there. Well, let's go ahead and get into the Chappie Edits post-race interviews, and let's talk to some of these drivers. And we'll start with Alan Wernicke. Alan, sitting in the booth, you got me? Well, man, congratulations on a great finish in 3rd place, and it's good to see you tonight. Always glad to see you in the ARCA series, man. You were a mainstay, always running up front. And tonight, you had a really good race. You found yourself in 2nd place, and then you took over the lead, kind of stayed out a little bit longer. And then tell me what happened on pit road. Uh-oh. Hang on one second. Kind of cutting in a little bit. Let me check something. You got me?
You good?
Well, you know what? Your mic's messing up just a little bit, but hey, let's power through it. We'll make it work.
Appreciate it. Make it quick. Too much rear brake. I love running. All right. Love running with these guys. After I spun it on pit road, it was just kind of tire management and just being respectful of the playoff guys. Been there, done that. So just trying to make clean passes and see where it puts me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was really impressive. When I said it just kind of off the cuff whenever you spun it down. I mean, you didn't hit anything. That's obviously really good. Able to do kind of a 360 and get going. I thought, you're going to lose quite a bit of time, but you really didn't. And you were able to take those, fresher tires and kind of drive up through those guys and finish 3rd. So good to see you in this series, man. It's good to see you come up and race these guys hard. Y'all had some really good battles there. Talk about a little bit about those battles sort of before that green flag pit stop.
2x2, it seemed like, for 10, 15 laps. I know Jesse was up there. And Kinder was right behind me, so that doesn't. So it's fun.
Well, all right. Well, who you got to thank? Any sponsors, shout outs, anybody that helps you get this thing around the track?
Friday night. Flexible Freight Solutions. That's big plans. And all the elements for keeping us going and making it a fun place to be.
All righty. Well, congratulations on that third place finish, and go celebrate. That's a good recovery there.
Thanks, Eddie. Appreciate what you do. It's fun going back and watching the broadcast. You do a great job.
Thanks. I definitely appreciate that, man. Appreciate the kind words. Well, let's bring in the second place finisher, Garrett Kinder. Garrett, Zed in the booth, got me?
Yeah, I got you, Eddie.
Well, man, probably we're expecting a few more cautions. Able to drive up through the field. Got up, made a great pit call to come in a little bit early. You kind of started the whole pit cycle. Able to jump over a few guys on pit road. But man, Cofield just in another zip code tonight. Do you think that had you started up near the front, been able to qualify, you think you'd be able to do anything with him?
I was just talking to him about that. I was like, man, I'm going to have to qualify one of these races to come up here and mess with you a little bit, see if I can't hold my own with you. But no, he was lightning fast. It seemed like there towards the end, he'd pop up on my relative. As soon as I would pass a lap car or something, he'd pop up on my relative, and we were holding fairly close. Of course, lap cars had a lot to do with it. Either I was passing one or he was passing one, but I think it would have been pretty close there at the end. But yeah, another caution wouldn't have hurt. And I had an extra set of tires sitting in the pits, just hanging out. So I think it'd have been a good time if we could get another caution in there and got another restart, stacked everybody back up. But cautions breed cautions, and I'll take green flag racing over a caution fest any day.
Yeah, it's always perspective changes all that. There's some situations you don't want to caution, especially when you're kind of out front, maybe in a Talladega race where you've planned a strategy out perfectly, and you're sitting up front with 2 laps to go, and a caution comes out. That's always bad. And but your scenario in this race, you kind of you just sitting there kind of chomping at the bit, knowing you don't have enough to catch him.
Right.
It's obvious
Yeah.
you're sitting there going, I can push harder, but it's not going to do any good. And just sitting there going, man, if I could just get that caution. We saw Micah Uribe spin on the backstretch, didn't bring out the caution. So just a hell of a drive, a good effort, man, up 16 spots through the field. And just needed that caution at the end, I think, and y'all could have battled it out. Would have been a lot of fun, but yeah, man, who you got to thank? Shout out sponsors.
First, shout out to Cofield. He, like I said, ran a heck of a race. So a big shout out to him. He's been pretty dominant over here in these ARCA cars, it seems like. So he's having a good season. Of course, got to thank you up in the booth. Thank you for good time running the Talladega earlier. You brought up a sore subject earlier, so I'll bring it up too. But thank you for having a good time at Talladega. Of course, got to thank all my family watching back home, Kinder Farm and Ranch. I love having them on board. Got Cross 5 cattle coolers on the hood of this car, but everybody knows that pink, black, and white. It's Kinder Farms through and through. So love having them on board. Ratchet Speed Shop, same thing. Just absolutely love having them on. Big Frig and Cross 5 cattle coolers. If you want to keep your stuff hot and keep your stuff cold for cheaper and longer than anybody else, make sure you check out Big Frig and Cross 5 cattle coolers at bigfrig.com. I also got to thank all my teammates over at Reaper Racing. A few guys in here tonight. We don't race in every series all the time together, but Griff had a pretty good run, finishing the top 10. I think Brandon was in this race too. He did his long pit strategy again. Surprised it. Iowa, I would have thought it might have worked out for him, but just a little unfortunate for him that never got that yellow that he was needing. And of course, I got to thank Ray Page over at Wolfpack Racing. Just heck of a guy to know and great contact to have. Everybody over at the league. Griff keeps this thing running as a whole. Brandon for doing this ARCA series. He does a good job with it and keeps it fun for everybody. And then, of course, who is it? Lottridge Brake Pedals that runs there, that sponsors this one.
That's right.
Big shout out to Jason Lottridge. Let's see. I think Logan beat him again, yeah. So it's up to 2-0 for Logan, the fish sturgeon, on this bet. So we'll see how it keeps rolling.
All right, man. Well, good job. Good, probably a good palate cleanser. to come home with a second place finish. So congratulations,
Oh
way to
yeah,
celebrate.
yeah.
And you know what? I need you to reach out to Radget Miller and give him a little hell because I ain't seen him in chat very often. He keeps missing these races, and we got to figure something out. So
It was his birthday, I think, on Saturday. So good reason to miss the Friday, Saturday races. He's
yeah,
probably out partying, having a good time. But I'll make sure to reach out and give him a hard time.
that's right. All right, man. Well, we'll see you later.
See.
Well, all right. Well, our winner is patiently waiting. And let's bring him in. Jonathan Cofield's Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, man, I tell you what. I talked about it early in the race, and you have just kind of turned. You kind of shifted into another gear, man, as you get down to the playoffs. Just dominated Milwaukee last week. It is what it is at Bristol. But here, another dominating performance, man, as you kind of checked out on the field and nobody even was even close. So, tell me what's going on. You don't have to be coy about it. We all know it's playoff time, so everything kind of goes up another notch. But, what has changed in Jonathan Cofield that has that brought about this just another level that you're kind of bringing out here when the playoffs start?
The next few tracks is the end of the schedule is pretty good for me. I like the flat tracks where you brake and kind of roll the corners and ease back in. I was kind of worried about tonight. I got a new pedal set and ain't quite got them adjusted yet, but I really like them. They seem to do really good. And I just tried not to burn up my stuff. Just get on out there. And I didn't expect all the green flag racing. Great racing by all the guys.
Well, tell me though. Well, what's changed over the last couple weeks? You've kind of showed up and you've been dominating these races. What's your mindset as you come into playoffs? What have you done differently that just kind of has separated you from the field?
Yeah, just more practice. Trying not to make the mistakes I used to. Used to. I could get podiums and I'd had something stupid happen. Right there at the end. I'm trying to minimize my mistakes, stay level headed, and try to make it to the checkered flag every race is my main goal.
Right. Well, you become the second multi-time winner this season. Is man, there's been a lot of parity all season long. Of course, Andy Kurtz has been able to pick up 3 wins, but he's not running
I
for
was
the
about to say
championship.
Andy Kurtz wasn't in here, was he?
Yeah, he can only run 6. He only runs 6 races, and so you pick up win number 2 on the season, man. So pretty awesome, good race. You just put on a hell of a performance. Didn't really get to talk about you much because you didn't race nobody. We got a little bit of nervous at the end when you was all around those lap cars with about 3 or 4 laps to go. I'm sure you were pretty nervous, but able to bring it home and get that win and move yourself into the next round of the playoffs. So congratulations. Who you got to thank? Who keeps that thing running?
Yeah, that was kind of nerve wracking at the end. I had 4 or 5 seconds on Kinder and was just going to try to ride out those last couple laps, but they tried to crash right there in front of me. But anyway, Lottridge brake pedals, flexible plate solutions, Cofield asphalt refinishing. I had Alzheimer's awareness on here this week. Very special car to me. You up in the booth, Rebels Racing Network, all the fans you have in the chat that like to come in there and comment. Y'all keep watching. It's gonna get interesting.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, all right, man. We'll appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words. And there's your winner, Jonathan Cofield, man. Just turn it up a notch. These guys better figure out what he's doing, dig down deep, do a little bit more practice. They're going to find the championships sort of slip away from them. But here's the results. We know the top 3. Jesse Nekula finishing 4th. Charles Stevens Jr. with a great finish in 5th. Adam Lang 6th. Eric Burkhalter 7th. Josh Oswald 8th, William Griffith 9th, Josh Lokenvitz 10th, 11th, Mickey Isaac 12th, Brandon Pollock, Matt Clemens 13th. We didn't talk about him much. He's been out on vacation, but has a great finish in 13th. Chuck Phelps, the Xfinity Talladega winner, finished in 14th. 15th, Logan Surgeon. 16th, Brandon Wallace. 17th, Tyler Rice. 18th, Stephen Macdonald. Hitman Monzo finishes 19th. Dave Jones 20th. Jason Lottridge disappointing 21st. was definitely running better than that. Colton Lanford 22nd, Stephen Gibson 23rd, Micah Rebay 24th, Josh Smith 25th, Gene Watkinson 26th. Jason Ward, we saw him on that initial one lap or not for early in the race. Get into it with Brandon Pollock, ended his night, and then Ray Page never turned a lap. So he finishes 28th. That's going to be our Mr. Irrelevant Award winner, Ray Page. You show up, don't turn a lap. I guess that he's a Mr. Irrelevant. So, all right, well, pretty dang good race. Had a lot of fun, a lot of good racing. Green flag, pit stops. It really can't ask for much more than that. It was a lot of fun. Been trying to stall to see if these points would update just a little bit while I try to run my mouth. And, yep, they have updated. So, oh, wow, this is really, really interesting. So Cofield will assume the points lead. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they'll probably reset them as they go into the round of 12. But Cofield, I don't have a graph to pull it up, so you're just gonna have to hear me out. But Jonathan Cofield takes over the points lead. Jesse Necula second. Both those drivers are going to head in. Garrett Kinder still third. Charles Stevens with a great finish in fourth. Eric Burkhalter fifth. Josh Oswald sixth. Brandon Pollock seventh. William Griffith eighth. And there's a four-way tie for eighth as William Griffith, Adam Lang, Mickey Isaac, Tyler Rice. So Adam Lang, the biggest mover in points, as he was sitting 15th coming into tonight's race. But able to have a good finish in sixth place and finds himself in a four-way tie for eighth place. 12th is Brandon Wallace. These are unofficial, so just because I say somebody's 12th and these are unofficial who might be going home, but Stephen Macdonald, Chuck Pegleg Phelps, Stephen Gibson, and Charlie Gates are 13 through 16. So unofficially, those are the guys who are out. Brandon Wallace will be the last driver in. Like I said, unofficial. None of that's official until Brandon posts that, so don't take it to heart because I could be wrong. So, but pretty good little deal there, Adam Lang. Congratulations for getting your way back into the playoffs, trying to recover after that race last week. Just a fantastic race. So, thank everybody for watching. Daniel Cunningham, Kevin Kender, thank you all for being active in chat. Definitely always appreciate it. And I'm Eddie Smith, Rebel Racing Network. We'll see y'all next week. Where are we at tomorrow night? We're in the Cup, we're at the Cup Series playoffs. I don't even know what track we're at. We'll find that out and get that to you. We are at Auto Club in the next gen car for to set the round of 12 in that series. So come on out. Should be a lot of fun. That's going to be an intensity. And then Sunday night, we have the Outlaw and Rebels, who are also in playoffs. So a lot of playoff racing. Come out and race. Come out and watch. Whatever you want to do. It's going to be a blast either way. So we'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.